What is up, DMV basketball fans? Welcome to another Believe in DMV Hoops. Got a great one for you here today. I have Woody Newton of George Mason basketball joining me here. Woody, appreciate you. You're a DMV native, local, all those things. So happy to have you back in the area.
Glad to be home. Glad to be home.
That's awesome. Well, first of all, you're having a great season so far. The team is having a great season, so I'm sure that's the most important thing that you guys have in the program. There is the wins-loss record is going well, and teams look like it's gelling. And I think you've been a really big piece of that so far. So it's been fun to watch.
Absolutely. Mason has had the best start to the season in the last 15 years. This only can contest to all the hard work we put in over the summer and all the hard work the coaches put in the portal to build this team to the best of their ability.
Yeah, that's great. We'll get into that more here in a second. I just want to knock out some ad reads before we get going. We're brought to you by Stateside Vodka and their Surfside hard iced teas, hard lemonades, hard half and halves, hard peach teas, every flavor you can think of. They're all delicious. And also brought to you by BetOnline. It's your number one source for all your betting needs. You can get the latest odds, lines, and matchup reports for baseball, boxing, UFC, golf, tennis, everything you can think of. BetOnline is the fastest and easiest way to place your wagers, including live betting and your favorite casino and card games, available to play right from your phone. You can head to the website and use our promo code BELIEVE, BLEAV, for 50% off welcome bonus on your first deposit. BetOnline, where the game starts. Okay, cool. Now that we've got the important paying the bill stuff out of the way here, let's get into some basketball talk.
Yeah.
Woody, for anybody not familiar with your game, 6'9"-ish forward from District Heights. So that's awesome. Again, representing the DMV. You're averaging 7 points, about 3.5 rebounds, about a steal, about a block, in about 17 minutes per game. I think your game, though, goes so much more beyond the box score. Like, you hear that sometimes about players, but when somebody watches George Mason, you kind of have your hand in everything. It seems like when you're out there on the court, you do a lot. And I think that probably makes both your teammates' lives easier, but I would think your coach loves to see that as well, as somebody who can be in a lot of different situations and find
Absolutely.
multiple ways to contribute. So is that something you just try to do and make an effort to do, or is that just sort of naturally your game to be versatile and things like that?
I feel like that's just natural for me. I feel like I tried hard to make that myself, like growing up in high school.
Sure.
Like some of my high school coaches and AAU coaches was like, you don't have to be a 20-point game scorer to make money playing this game. If you be a Swiss Army knife at your size and just impact the game in every level possible, then you got a shot to make your dreams come true. I looked at that and I really sat and realized that there's more Swiss Army knives in the NBA than guys that score 20, 25 points, So ever since high school, I just try to make that part of my game and impact the game in so many ways possible.
I think that was great advice for the folks pushing in that direction. When you, like you said, when you watch these NBA teams, it's guys who can guard multiple positions and hit spot up threes. And right
Absolutely.
now, you're the best shooter in the country. I mean, that I don't know how that feels to hear, but I think the numbers back that up. Obviously, not probably the highest volume of anyone in the country, but you are shooting 64-ish% from three on 2.5 attempts per game.
Yes, sir.
Again, is that another point of emphasis for you the last couple of years to continue to refine that shot? Or, well, I guess, how do we have such a crazy number here? Like that's impressive to see.
I gotta put all my respect towards Coach Lou and Coach Omar for that one.
Okay.
It's endless, countless hours in the gym. Helping me with my shots, tweaking my shot to where it's just the best of my ability. And at the same time, I'm gonna give a little bit of credit to my friends because they said you're a decent shooter, you're not a good shooter. So
Ooh,
I
okay.
felt like this season I wanted to come out there and prove them wrong and show them I was the best shooter in our friend group. So it's a little bit of mix of everything in there.
I love that. I hope they're listening to this right now. You give them a little "I told you so."
Yeah, yeah.
That's very cool. I got to see you play at Mount Zion, so I've seen you play at that level, and then obviously as a freshman, you shot the ball really well, and then the last 2 years never seemed to like fully click from a shooting perspective, at the very least. Other than just putting in the work, is there something about the way that the team plays or the kind of looks that you're getting that's enabled you to hit such a high clip?
I feel like it goes towards our offense as well. A lot of places I am on the floor. I don't like. It's like a lot of rolling or plates in our offense. So
Mhm.
it's always somebody tagging our big because we got very skilled bigs that can score, or like Keyshawn driving to the basket. So he draws so much attention. So it's easy for me to get a one more kick, and I'm just wide open. I'm just lining up a three and just knocking it down.
I think so much of shooting is confidence too, and there's no hesitation when you let that thing fly. So that's very cool to see. You look confident, and I think that's the player that those of us who saw you play locally, or earlier in your career remember. So that's great.
Absolutely.
3-point contest. You and Steph Curry. Who should we put our money on here?
I'm gonna be humble and I gotta stay Steph. I
Okay.
gotta stay Steph.
All right. That's fair. First name is actually Atwood. So Woody is a nickname. As
Yeah,
Matt, the most generic nickname of all time. I'm very jealous of that. So that's pretty cool.
yeah.
Um, do you go by Woody exclusively here? Like I see that on the programs and stuff here too. So I was curious about that sometimes.
Yeah, everybody calls me Woody. That's just a childhood nickname. Everybody called me. Actually, you telling people my name Atwood on this podcast might like open up a lot of people's eyes to my
Uh
real
oh.
name because a
Uh
lot
oh.
of people don't know that's my real name. But I got the name from my father. My father's real name was Atwood. Got it passed down, but I guess my mother wanted me to have my own legacy, so she decided to give me the nickname Woody.
Well, that's a good one. It has a good basketball ring to it too. There are just certain names that sound like Hooper names. I think Woody
Absolutely,
Newton is a Hooper name.
yeah.
Uh, so we mentioned the shooting and the things you're doing well from a versatility standpoint. I guess one of the things I just want to understand a little bit is just, last year you were in a pretty good situation in Oklahoma State. You
Mhm,
started a decent amount of games,
yeah,
13 out of 29.
mhm.
Seemed like you were kind of building there. Why the move? Why Mason? I guess walk us through kind of that decision making or thought process and why this specific team.
Unfortunately, my father passed away last year,
I'm very sorry
early
to hear that, by the way.
season. It's fine, I appreciate it, but, so he passed away, and I just felt like I needed to come back home to support my mom and be with my family more, because it really took a toll on me not being able to be at home and comfort her and take care of her as the man of the house now. So I just wanted to come back and be home. And when it comes to picking Mason, this was my, last go around senior, so I just felt as if I needed to be around people that really had genuine trust in me, and going back to that, I've been knowing Coach Skinn since I've been 15, 16 years old. He recruited me at Seton Hall. He just always been in my ear, so I just felt like coming back home and playing with Coach Skinn, somebody that I was already comfortable with,
Mhm.
that he was already going to push me and make sure he put me in the best position possible to be successful at this level. And so far, that's what it's been.
That's great. I've heard you mention trust before, and I'm
Mhm.
with you. I think that would be a huge thing in any decision I make, especially with something that has so much impact on your life. Is there anything specific about him or the rest of the staff that they've done to really kind of build that trust and keep that bond continuing to be strong?
Um, Like I said, most of the guys on the coaching staff that's are DMV natives, I've already knew growing up. So, like I said, Coach Skinn, I just gave you the whole rundown on that. Just been knowing him since I've been 15, 16.
Mm.
Coach Lamar, he coached with me with Team Takeover for my
Okay.
16 and 17 year. So the relationship was there. And then Coach Lou, I didn't really know Coach Lou that much coming here, but at the same time, he recruited some guys that went to McKinley Tech with me and Mount Zion with me. And I got nothing but great feedback from those guys saying that he's a great guy. He's going to make sure he pushes you to the best of your ability, and he's great at working out, and that's why my 3-point percentage is so high right now. So
There you go.
yeah,
I love the shout out.
yeah,
I think a lot of times I hear this from guys is when you're being recruited, sometimes it's a different dynamic from a coach recruiting you to actually playing for them.
mhm.
Coach Skinn seems like a fun, energetic coach to play for. Not that he's not like pushing you guys hard and stuff like that, but it just seems like the vibes are really good with this coaching staff and this team in particular. That's what it looks like from the outside. Is that the case for somebody who's living it every day?
Absolutely. Coach Scan always say we got the freedom to play our games, and
Mhm.
that's what it's been. He hasn't told nobody to not shoot no shots, not dribble the ball or nothing like that. So he's really just allowed all of us to play our game. And I think that's why so many players have had such better seasons here than they have at other places, because he's really let us play our game and
Mhm.
be and thrive in what we feel comfortable doing. He's not making us play like robots like other coaches would. So at the end of the day, as long as we're handling business and making smart plays and playing together as a team, we're gonna win, and we're gonna have fun doing it. That's why the whole staff and whole team looks jolly on the sideline every game.
It's literally my next question. You got a future in podcasting if you want to hear, because that's a perfect segue. Your whole team, but you in particular.
Mhm,
I think this is another thing that I'm sure that the coaches love is when you're out on the court, there's a lot of energy. When you're on the bench, there's a lot of energy.
mhm,
You just seem like somebody that's having fun playing basketball. I know last year was very tough for you.
mhm.
Is that freeing to just be back home, be with a good group of guys, and get out and kind of play fun basketball again?
Absolutely, and a lot of people have been telling me that, like, they've been telling me it's been a different spark about me this season. It's like I'm having fun with basketball again, and I can't say I disagree because I'm absolutely having the most fun I've had with basketball since I've been in college,
That's great.
and I think it's a testament to a lot of different things, from me knowing 6 of these guys from the DMV beforehand, Darius Maddox, Trey Wood, David Dinkins, Ronald Polite, just knowing all these guys coming in, already have a relationship with them, and we can already bond just off that. Also, I'm having a good year as well. And on the bench, I've always been a type of person that wants to see others around me be successful. So when I'm on the bench and I see somebody else having a great game, I'm all cheers for them because at the end of the day, I want all my brothers to succeed just as much as me and see their dreams come true as well.
I know that what you just said is true by the way that your teammates react when you do something well on the court, because those guys look so excited for you anytime you have like a big moment out there. And I think, at least from a box score perspective, you probably had your two best games of the season, the last two
Mhm.
coming into this. So it seems like somebody who's trending up and trending in the right direction. Is that just getting more and more comfortable out there as the season's gone on and kind of growing into the role and being able to build on stuff as you go?
Absolutely. This was a new team fairly. Well, nah, not fairly. It was a whole new team. I
There's a
think
lot of
12
a lot of new faces. Yeah.
Yeah, 12 new players, new coaching staff. So of course everybody got to get adjusted into your role. And of course it takes time, but day by day, I'm just starting to get more comfortable. And like you said, I'm shooting a great percentage from three right now. So my confidence is at an all-time high. And I just feel like I can compete with anybody in the country at my position. So at this point, I'm gonna just keep working as hard as I possibly can to keep going in a positive direction throughout the rest of the season.
I mentioned just having two strong games here in a row. Just had 8 points and 8 rebounds against Loyola. You were all over the court defensively.
Yeah.
And prior to that, you played Tennessee, probably the best team you guys have played all year. And didn't go your guys' way, but you competed hard start to finish. And that's a
Mhm.
really tough team. So if you're not perfectly on your game, that's going to be a challenge. But individually, you had 13 points, were 4 or 5 from the field, and 3 or 4 from three. I think to
Yeah.
your point about playing, proving you can play against anybody in the country, if you can do that against Tennessee, you can do that against anyone. I guess now that your coaches have seen that, your teammates have kind of see that, are they encouraging you to kind of keep being that Woody for the rest of the season?
Absolutely. I gotta give it to our point guards. They tell me anytime I get the ball, like if I got a little bit of room, shoot it.
Mhm.
So it's just like they seeing the work I put in and they seeing it translate to the game. So each and every day they're just building my confidence even more by telling me things that I'm doing well and that I just got to keep doing them because at the end of the day, if I keep doing these things well, it's going to help our team be better and it's going to make us be able to make a run in March when we really want to. So I just got to give that to my teammates and my coaches. They just been really pushing me to be the best player I can be.
Has it been a little bit of a mindset shift, perhaps? Like where I know sometimes when you're on a new team, you want to fit in and you want the guys that think I'm an unselfish player and you
Mhm.
play an unselfish game. Is it Do you need them sometimes to say like, "Hey, what do we want you to shoot that every time?" Does it have to like kind of you have to get in that mindset of like I'm helping the team by shooting when I get these looks?
Um, I don't feel like they really have to tell me to shoot because, like, I feel like I don't really take too many bad shots,
Mhm.
per se.
Yeah,
So I feel like most of the shots I take, like, those are shots they expect me to take,
I got
like,
you.
and if I don't take it, they might be more mad at me for not taking it than trying to be more than try to be unselfish. So
Mhm.
I just feel like I play the game the right way, and our point guards put me in great positions to succeed. So I don't really say I don't take bad shots. I wouldn't say that's the problem right there.
Oh no, I didn't mean it that way
No,
that
no,
you
no, I
take
know what you
bad
mean.
shots, but like I think sometimes you could be so unselfish that
Mhm,
it almost is to the detriment. Like when you shoot that good a percentage, like the
mhm.
team is better off with you shooting as many looks as you can. But I know you like to take good looks, and obviously that's why the percentage is what it is.
Absolutely.
Is Is Coach Skinn as somebody that like has been with this program before and understands the area and things like that? Was that obviously you knew him for a long time, but was that an interesting piece for you to come in and try to help reestablish a program that was really good locally to kind of where it's been in the past?
Absolutely. I just wanted to come back home and play for Coach Gann and help him create this dynasty and culture he want to create. Our coaching staff have been consistently saying they wanted to be the primetime program in the DMV. So I just feel like as a DMV guy that has played at a high level and that has seen it at all levels, that I can be a big key piece to that to make the culture thrive here and help them build a culture that they want to be that best program in the DMV.
That's terrific. And as somebody who loves seeing good DMV basketball, I think you guys are well on your way to doing that and building that already. So that's been fun to watch. Just kind of switching gears here a little bit, I think, just moving into some like quicker, rapid fiery kind of questions. I guess what's one thing about you that people listening to this might not know? Is there a secret, guilty pleasure TV show or music that you listen to that you're willing to throw out there for folks?
People probably want to expect me to watch Stranger Things.
Oh, okay.
Stranger Things is probably my number one TV show right now. It's
There you go.
top for number one. It's top for number one with Power. But
Okay.
yeah,
There you
that
go.
show, it really at first, like when it first came out, I wasn't really a big fan of it, but over time I just kept seeing people repost it. So I decided to try to watch it again and I actually fell in love with the show.
That's cool. That's a good one. Yeah, one more season left to go, right? I think they're getting ready to wrap it up.
Yeah, season 5. Yeah.
That's exciting. Any hidden talents or anything like that that people might not know about you off the basketball court?
Hidden talents. Nah, I don't really think so. I don't really think I got too many hidden talents. I will say I tried to be a rapper at one point in time.
Okay.
Like my 8th grade graduation, I performed Wiz Khalifa part in the song "When I See You Again." So
There you go.
that's a lot of things that people. That's a lot of things. That's something that a lot of people don't know about me. So I tried to become a rapper at one point in time.
Okay, didn't stick with it though. Decided to focus on the basketball, huh?
Yeah, basketball was the way to go.
I
Basketball.
got you. Why number 2 this year? You've had different numbers in the past. Why 2?
Coming back home, I feel like I needed to go back to my roots, and that was my high school number at McKinley Tech and Mount Zion. So I wanted to go back and put on a number that I thrived in, and so far, I've been thriving in that number.
That's great. For somebody who hasn't seen George Mason play a game, I guess what's the sales pitch? I know you did a really good hype video the other day for the program and this drive that they've got going on here too. But just sell us on George Mason for basketball fans that haven't made it out yet.
If you want to play for a gritty team that's going to play hard, but at the same time have fun, Mason is the place to go. The coaches will let you play your game free flowing and play through your mistakes, and we're gonna have fun and win games at the end of the day.
How's the environment and the crowd and things like that there too for people who haven't seen a game, a home game at least?
The crowd has grown consistently every game with us winning, so I just gotta say I appreciate the support, and we're gonna keep winning, and I hope you guys keep coming out to support us because you guys are a big reason why we're 8-2 and why we're 6-0 at home. So the environment's been crazy. It's been good every game. Yeah.
That's awesome. Where do you see yourself in 5 years? I think you could have a future as a podcaster if you want, because you're definitely a fun guy to listen to, and you had the segues nailed already.
Absolutely. Well, plan A is professional basketball, if that is by God's grace, NBA or overseas. If basketball isn't the way to go, me and my mom always talking about me being a sports commentator or broadcaster, so that can most definitely be in the works as well.
All right, that's like the 15 years down the road plan. We'll get a nice long professional career in here first, and then you've got a definite future in that if you want.
Absolutely.
You've already made a couple shout outs to some of the coaches, but anyone else you want to kind of throw a shout out to or a plug for helping you out, or any kind of unsung heroes with the program that don't get much love typically?
I got to shout out Miss Megan, academic advisor. She helped me get the highest GPA on the team this semester, highest GPA I've been in college. So
there you go.
I shout her out because she's really put so much time and effort into the program, and don't too many people see that. She works all day and night to make sure we have the best grades possible. So I just got to give her her flowers and her respect and tell her I appreciate her and we all appreciate her.
I love that, man. I'm glad you said that, because I think there's so many people that go into these programs that don't always get kind of much attention, and they're still super important to everybody's success and keeping everybody their best on and off the court. So that's a great one.
Absolutely.
Any social media accounts of yours that you want to throw out there for people so they can continue to follow your journey along the way here?
Absolutely. My Instagram is Woody4X_, I believe. And I feel like my Twitter is the same thing, Woody4X_.
I'll have the Twitter one in the bio here for everybody if they want to. It'll be easy for them to find.
Okay.
And then the whole point of this podcast really is just there's so many good DMV basketball stories, and we want to cover the teams in and around the district here. But
Mhm.
This is especially nice because you are somebody from this area, so this is a double win for us. I guess, as a biased basketball fan locally, I feel like this is the best basketball area in the country, but as somebody who's played everybody a across the country, but also internationally here as well too, like, I guess, can you tell us firsthand just how good this area is for basketball?
The DMV is a hotbed for basketball. Like you said, the DMV is the best place in the country for basketball. Per capita, I think we produce the most Division I players in the world. I mean, in the country. So you can't deny the numbers. They say stats don't lie, numbers don't lie. So that's proven right there. And then just on an in and out basis, from the unknown names to the guys that have big names, the competition is always going to be tough, gritty, and hard-nosed basketball. And that's just what the DMV basketball is all about. It might not be the flashiest, it might not be all glitz and glamour, but at the end of the day, if you got DMV guys, it's going to be a hard-nosed competitive basketball team, and they're going to get the job done.
I love that. That's the perfect sales pitch, man. I think nobody wants to see 5 DMV guys coming at them in a lineup.
Oh, absolutely not. Absolutely not. It'll be
I
a
guess
long day for that other team.
exactly right. Is there one guy from the DMV that's either the toughest guy you've had to guard or who has guarded you the best of anybody else? Like one name you'd shout out as being particularly tough.
Does it have to be my class coming out of high school, or could it
No,
be
just
like,
just just anybody at any level that you've like taken a special note of.
uh, yeah, so my sophomore year, while I was at McKinley Tech, we played Murray, Luka Garza.
That's a big boy there. There you go.
Yeah, and that was my matchup. I'm
That's easy.
6'5", 6'6", 160 pounds soaking wet. All I'm gonna say is it was a long day in the office, and ever since then I knew Luka was gonna be a problem. Coming in that game, we was hyped. McKinley Tech playing Murray. We had big expectations, but Luka, he kind of shut that down kind of early, humbled us really early, really quick. But Luka Garza was most definitely a problem. Well, for me personally, it was most definitely a problem.
It was a problem for everybody in the country at the college level too, man. So I think you're definitely not alone in that one. Was it death by jump hook? Was he just getting you?
Yeah, like I said, he probably outweighed me by 100 pounds back then. So it was just a seal, and
Bully
I
ball.
just couldn't do nothing about it back then. Yeah.
I love that. Anything you have going on off the court that you want to plug or tell anybody about, or just kind of final thoughts you'd love to leave anybody that's listening to this with?
Um, all I gotta say is come out to our game today. We play 7 o'clock, I believe.
Yeah.
Also, we got more games coming up. Conference play starts soon, so come get those tickets. Come watch a great Mason team play, and love you, Mom.
That's awesome, man. Thank you. This has been great. Really appreciate that. I'm happy for your success. Like I said, I think every time I watch you look better and better. So I'm glad to see that. And the sky is the limit for Woody Newton. So thanks, man. Appreciate you. Good luck tonight again against Bridgewater. Like you said, at 7 p.m.
Yep.
So everybody can make that out to the game or check it out on ESPN Plus. And we look forward to following your success along the way.
Appreciate it. Thank you for having me.
Of course. Everybody rate, review, subscribe. We always appreciate that stuff. If you're watching this on YouTube, click the little like button for us, and also subscribe if you like the content. We got more great stories like Woody's coming throughout the course of the season. So we appreciate you all. We're presented by betonline.ag, and we will catch you all next time.